is another day and another opportunity for me to bring you all the news in Ghana just the way you want it. I welcome you all once again to Patzon Multimedia. My name is Patrick Kofi Zonu Jr. and it is that time for me to bring you all the topical stories in Ghana and beyond. So before we start, I'll urge you all to once again follow us on all social media platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter. We are Patzon Multimedia. You can also subscribe to our page on YouTube at Patzon Multimedia. So that is the bit with Patzon Multimedia. Let's then begin with the stories of the day. And in our first story, we are talking about Shatta Wale. It looks as if Shatta Wale is always going to be in the news for obvious reasons. But this time around, Shatta Wale has announced that his upcoming album, which will be titled Gift of God, will feature other prominent Ghanaian artists like Sarkodie, Samini, and Stonebwoy. He made this known in an interview on HFN when he was speaking to King Lagazi. In that particular interview, Shatta Wale also revealed that other Nigerian artists such as Wizkid and Tiwa Savage are all going to feature on his upcoming album. However, people are asking questions that judging from how Shatta Wale and Sarkodie's relationship has become in the past, will Sarkodie let bygones be bygone and truly feature on this upcoming album? For that, time will really tell on that note. So we will really anticipate this particular album and watch out for it as it demands. Jumping to some other stories. This one is coming from Mugiz. The R2B's member says that Ghanaian or African artists should not be judged when it comes to their success in relation to Grammy. What that technically means is that Mugiz is saying that African artists should not be judged by mere winning Grammys or missing out on Grammy. He said this on his Instagram page when he made that particular post. For now, we cannot really understand or we cannot really confirm what really triggered this particular post from him. But in the past, people have actually raised concern that, hey, yes, Grammy is actually an established award scheme. However, Africans can equally channel their own part without relying on Grammy for their artists to be, recognized as big or successful or not. So that is the bit with Mugiz, the R2B's member over there. Now let's shift our attention to Kofi Kinaata. So Kofi Kinaata has said that he does not sing in English because Michael Jackson never sang in English. Yes, you heard that right. He says he does not sing in English because Michael Jackson never sang in English. He was running an interview with Abeku Santana of OK FM when Abeku asked him why he does not do music in English, and that there is this perception that he's not so good at English. But in responding to that particular question, Kofi Kinaata said, he's a Ghanaian, he's a Fanti, so he should be comfortable singing in the language that he is comfortable with. Because Michael Jackson, the music icon, never sang in Fanti. He sang in English language. That is his language that he is very comfortable with. So that is also the bit with Kofi Kinaata. Now let's jump to some other stories here. And in this one, you remember that over the weekend, for the past days now, Mr. Kennedy Agyapong has been talking, all in the run-up to his 60th birthday and on his whole concept of exposing fake pastors in the system. However, in appearing on an interview in one of his encounters, Mr. Kennedy Agyapong, the Asin Central Member of Parliament, said what he has neglected or he has completely forgotten one of his daughters because the daughter is a drug addict. After spending so much on her education in the United States of America, the the man recounted that is currently gallivanting the streets of New York, prostituting and doing drugs. However, in responding to this particular story, the baby mama or the mother of the particular daughter, Ken Agyapong, was referring to be doing drugs, known as Noira Dawson Williams, came out strongly to condemn the words of the member of parliament, saying that indeed her daughter can never be the only daughter of Kennedy Agyapong who is doing drugs, and that if Kennedy Agyapong has some form of advice, he should concentrate on his other 21 children and leave her daughter alone. So that is the latest with Kennedy Agyapong, his daughter, and his baby mama. The woman came in a Facebook live video and really threw some shots as the Assistant Central Member of Parliament. Now let's continue to some more stories, and this one artist manager Bullet has said that his girlfriend has left him because of the numerous allegations that he's actually sleeping with his artist on his record label. Bullet, in making this known, said, a lot of the news are just going out of the roof without proof. So, his girlfriend can actually not take those news and has asked for them to break up because she's also buying into the lies that Bullet is actually sleeping with Wendy Shea and some of the female artists that he has signed. You would remember that on this particular story, Wendy Shea appeared on Accra FM and host Romeo in asking Wendy Shea about this particular issues of Bullet having an affair with her, generated a whole lot of heat that Wendy Shea had to walk out of that particular interview. So that is the latest in the camp of Rough Town Entertainment or Rough Town Records with regards to Bullet and why he's currently having relationship problem because of some of these particular news. To our very last story of the day. I'm not supposed to laugh, but okay, let's go here. So this guy don't need any form of introduction. You might have heard about him. I don't know whether to describe him as he or her, but we all know Bob Risky. Yeah, Bob Risky is actually, you don't know whether he's a transgender or we don't know whether he's just a cross-dresser or something like that, but he actually portrays himself like a woman on all social media platform. However, the drama in this particular story was that over the weekend, Bob Risky's father celebrated his birthday, and in appearing at his father's birthday, everybody thought Bob Risky was going to appear in his feminine figure that he has been projecting all this while. But unfortunately, or twist to that, Bob Risky actually went to his father's birthday party looking like a guy, taking off the wig, rubbing off those makeups and stuff. So people were actually asking questions that, what actually went wrong? If you were proud doing all these things on social media, why can't you simply send it home? Then this whole thing is about, you can do all the nonsense that you want to do outside, but you don't send those nonsense back home to an African parent. You surely receive some slaps that will clear off those nonsense from your head. So that is the latest with Bob Risky trying to change from a lady to a man, from a man to a man. Quite an interesting stuff over there. This is where time will permit me to bring this exciting presentation to an end. It's always a pleasure coming your way, and I thank you all for making it a time to listen to me. Once again, I urge you to follow us on all social media platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter. We are Patzon Multimedia, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel. We are Patzon Multimedia. This has been the News 360, the news just the way you want it, and my name is Patrick Kofi Zonu Jr. Like I've always been saying, whatever your dreams or your ambitions are, so far as you have a strong conviction that it is the right thing to do, just do it. On that note, I says I'm out.